This is Nicole with eCom Sellers Academy. Today we're going to be covering part 2 of the Shopify workshop. And in this workshop, we'll be covering shipping. We're going to be talking about Shopify settings. We're going to talk about payments, payout, and checkout. We're going to be discussing email marketing. In addition to that, we'll talk about Facebook ads and Google ads, and Facebook, Instagram ads, and Google and Bing ads. So with shipping, you have to know what your method of the e-commerce that you're going to be doing. If you're planning on actually shipping the items yourself, then you can actually set up your shipping profile. And in your shipping profile, you can indicate whether or not you're going to offer free shipping, exact shipping, and flat rate shipping. You also have to know where you're going to be shipping to, where you're going to be selling your products, because in Shopify, you can sell your products to different regions. If you're going to be doing drop shipping, then most companies that may have an integration with Shopify for drop shipping, they're actually going to, you're going to be integrated with your Shopify store. And so they'll get a notification to fulfill the order. And then you'll receive a fulfillment notification within your back office of Shopify. So you need to decide what method you're going to do. If you're going with a drop shipper that doesn't have an integration tool like an app that integrates with Shopify, then you may use a different tool like ShipStation. ShipStation has a pretty good integration, and most companies can use it, so it integrates nicely with Shopify. So you need to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to physically mail the products yourself? Are you going to drop ship? Are you doing print on demand? If you are, again, there's an integration that exists for the shipping or the fulfillment. So you need to decide what your method is going to be so you can figure out what type of shipping profile you're going to have. So there's many different carriers that you can use. In this example, I'm only saying that the locations that I'm going to allow sales to happen in are in Canada, the United States. We also have the rest of the world. But in Canada and the United States, so USPS, UPS, FedEx, DHL, those are all common. In Canada, it's called Canada Post, but they've got FedEx and UPS. So those are your options. And the rest of the world, UPS and FedEx are pretty common. But again, you have to decide where you're going to ship or where people can buy products from you and where you're going to be shipping to. In addition to that, make sure that you keep in mind, we're going to talk about payments, but you know how you need to track any taxes, because Shopify is not a marketplace facilitator. You're going to have to capture the taxes yourself. So you need to make sure that you have a method or a tool to be able to do that. So your shipping rates, if you're going to ship it yourself, you can offer flat shipping rates, you can offer free shipping, and there's like an app so that maybe after, I don't know, if they purchase $35 or more, you'll offer free shipping, or $50 or more, you'll offer free shipping. You can use the app to help you with that integration, or to show the promo at the top of the page. You'll notice several Shopify stores where they have that whole free shipping option. You can do calculated shipping that calculates the exact rate of the shipping. So I like flat rate shipping, because you typically with flat rate shipping, you know, you can ship a brick in a box and you're going to be okay as far as weight is concerned. But again, USPS is the only one that offers you flat rate shipping in a sense regarding boxes. Everything else is going to be based off of the weight and the dimensions of the box, so keep that in mind. And are you going to offer any local pickup? Depending on what your product is that you're selling, you know, local pickup may be an option for you. It may not, so it just depends. So with the shipping, you can have, you can produce or print shipping labels that go, of course, with your shipment, but also on the outside of your box. So a shipping label can cover all of the calculated shipping cost. And so you want to make sure that when you're pricing your products within Shopify, that you do include some level of estimated shipping, that you have an idea of what size box, how much weight a product is going to cost you in standard shipping, and the cheapest shipping and maybe the most expensive. So you want to have that in mind so you can include the total cost in the listing of your product or in your setup for your shipping settings. You can also indicate the boxes if you're going to be using, if you're going to be shipping on a regular basis, the boxes that you might be needing. So if you know that your product is always going to be shipped in a flat rate box, you literally can set that up so you can set it and forget it and don't have to think about it again. And if people want express shipping, you can go ahead and set that up as a default, and then which, express overnight or whatever the case may be within the United States. And if they want same day shipping. So you can go in and set that kind of stuff up. You're going to indicate the dimensions and the weights of the box or the package in which you're shipping. But again, you need to know what you're selling to determine what information you need for estimated shipping. And then you need to understand some of the strategies that are going to help you to manage or mitigate your shipping costs. Because shipping can dip into your profits big time. So you have to do a really good job of estimating what the shipping might be for the products you're going to sell. That's why I always say get samples. If you get samples, you have a better idea of what the estimated shipping might be. And you also need to understand your processing times. So as we know right now, the relationship with USPS and sellers is not that hot because it's taking USPS a little bit longer, or they're continuing to take longer than necessary to ship things. So this is the new norm, that shipments going through USPS are just going to be slower. That's just the fact. If that's your method of shipping, then you need to make sure that you account for that in your processing times on your site. So instead of having, your processing time of 1 day, maybe you put a processing time of 2 days, allowing yourself the additional buffer. Maybe you plan on fulfilling the order in 1 day, but knowing that it can take USPS longer to get the package out to your customer. So you need to understand what the processing times will be. If USPS is going to be your preferred method, know that it's going to take longer. So you can set the expectation with your customer and not have to get negative reviews. You'll also want to know that information so that you get an idea of when you need to reorder inventory. When you're falling low on inventory, when's the best time to reorder or to get new inventory? And you can become more efficient in the fulfillment process. Also, with understanding your processing times, another thing to help reduce your shipping costs, improve those processing times, maybe there's something you're doing that's taking longer and you could do it faster. So take the opportunity to improve your internal processes. Look at what a prep center can do for you. And again, plan ahead, because you need to know if you're ordering inventory that you're going to ship yourself, you need to know how long it's going to take to get to you from your manufacturer or supplier. Is there a bottleneck there? Is there a slowdown? Make a note of those things. In addition to that, if there's a holiday that's coming up for you, or in the country that you happen to be in, you need to make sure that you've accounted for that time that you're going to need to process those orders, because you might have an increased demand on orders. So you need to keep that in mind as well. So to go into your Shopify store to set up all of the shipping stuff that we talked about, whether it's default shipping, setting up your shipping policy, setting up your estimated shipping costs, if you're going to have an integration, and all of the fulfillment, if you're doing drop shipping, then you can go into your Shopify store and click on settings. Once you click on settings, this is where you're going to do all of the start of your setup. What are the shipping options that you're going to have? And again, if you're drop shipping, some of this may not matter because you may have an integration that automatically goes directly to the distributor or the manufacturer so that they can ship it directly to your customer. Indicate which locations you're going to be willing to ship to. So people can buy from Canada, people can buy from the US, people can buy from maybe Australia. So indicate those, you can manage that, and then put in the estimated shipping information that you have. So you're probably going to have to learn a little bit about the shipping to some of these other countries and what the impact is. And again, there's tools like ShipStation and Pirate Ship that can help you with figuring out what some of those costs might possibly be. And then also, if you're going to offer a local pickup, we talked about that before, that may be an option to you. So you want to keep that in mind as a potential solution. People can pick up stuff, especially if you have a brick and mortar and you've now created an online Shopify store, then you can set it to local pickup and people can come and pick up the products from you. So as retail arbitrage sellers, for those of us that are doing retail arbitrage, again, ordering ahead or buying your products ahead and then picking it up saves you time and saves you challenges. So if you have products that you're buying from someone, maybe they have a Shopify store, then, local pick is not uncommon. If you want to be able to sell to people in bulk, maybe you're going to become the wholesaler. Again, maybe offering local pickup from some of those sellers would be helpful in order for them to save on their shipping costs and also to save you the time and the hassle. You can just pull and put it aside and somebody's going to go pick it up. In addition to that, knowing what the discounts are, if you use UPS, USPS, DHL. So you'll see here that you'll see that there's some discounts. If you buy shipping through these methods using the labels, you'll be able to produce labels out of Shopify. But if you buy shipping through these methods, then you can get a discount on your shipping to your customer, which is great for you. And I'm going to tell you that if you choose UPS, just know that UPS may offer ground and they will actually ship it through USPS. So even though you're getting a great discount, it may take your client forever or your customer forever to receive that package. So just be aware of that, just a heads up so that you know. All right. The next thing that we're going to talk about is your page setup. So there's a lot of setting options that you see here. General, payments, checkout, shipping and delivery. We talked about that. Taxes, which is something you're going to have to set up. Locations. Where do I ship to? Where do I fulfill orders from? Where is my inventory located? Notifications. These are email notifications to your customers and back and forth. Gift cards, if you're going to offer gift cards. Anything that's going to be displayed on your page. So uploading of images or videos, marketing videos, or showing your product in use. Then the file section is where you're going to put that. Sales channel. So if you're going to sell from Shopify through to another platform, you want to know what integrations are available to you. So you can integrate other sales channels. So a sales channel might be selling also on Walmart and Shopify, selling on Amazon and Shopify. What are those integrations that are available? And that's what's under sales channels. Plan and permissions, the plan that you're in, the permissions, the store language. So maybe you want your store to appear in Spanish, or you may want your store to appear in Portuguese with Portuguese language. Then if that's a place where you're selling, you can control that there. The billing, and then any of the legal stuff that you have to keep in mind for your store. So we're going to talk about a couple of these. First one is page setup, that navigation at the top of your page, that header and that footer, the main menu that people are going to see. That's where this is all controlled and defined. And so you can set up your navigation options or edit them. You can add new ones. If there is a menu option you want to add, then you can click on add menu so that you'll have all the options that you need available to you to make your store look and feel the way you want it to. So your preferences, putting in your pixel. This is where you're going to put in your Facebook pixel, your Google pixel. You also, any of your social sharing images, and also links to your page, your home page. So the SEO work that you're doing for your store, you're going to put that information into the homepage title. Also, you got the homepage meta description. So make sure you populate that and not leave it blank. You don't want Google or the search engines to try and figure out what it is you want there. You want to know what goes there. And then, where you can change your password. So customer privacy, there's some guidelines on different countries. So keep that in mind. Password protection. So updating your password and spam protection, whatever the spam guidelines are. You don't want to spam people, and you want them to know that when they're buying, if you set up what's called the CAPTCHA or the reCAPTCHA, that will make them feel like this is a secure site, that you're not just getting fake buys or fake potential buys. So it's turning that on. In addition to that, under settings, where we're going to focus on just for a second is going to be payments, checkout, and taxes. So under payments, you do have to set up your payments. How are you going to collect payments from your customers? How can they pay? Can they pay with Visa and MasterCard? Can they pay with Google Pay? Can they pay with Apple Pay? So are there specific settings you want to use, which ones you don't want to use? And then understanding what the rate is that you're going to be charged. And so this is through Shopify payments. You can also set it up to collect payments through PayPal. And you also have Amazon Pay. And if there is another third party that you're using, then you can set that up here. So if there's another third party, like maybe you're going out and using Stripe, or maybe you're using, trying to remember, I just saw it today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. I literally just saw it today. But anyway, it's another Square, sorry. Square is a payment option. So, or maybe you're having a direct connection with your bank, or maybe they've got a payment processor that you have purchased or that you are using as a service through your bank. So all of that, you're going to set that up here. How can people collect payments from, how can you collect payments from people? Okay. So you're going to go into Shopify payments. You're going to indicate some information about your business, whether it is an LLC or not. It's a sole proprietorship. You need to put in your EIN, and you also need to put in your customer information for billing, for your billing purposes of getting billed by Shopify. In addition to that, you can set up so you can get paid, or the money goes directly to your bank account. You want to enter the routing number and the account number information and submit that or save that. For checkout, what is the experience that you want your customers to have when they check out? Do you want them to have a bunch of extra steps that they go through? Do you want them to agree to receive notifications about coupons, promotions, and deals? Do you want them to go through a one-step process or a two-step process? So again, what type of experience do you want your customers to have when they go through the checkout process? And if there's promotions that you're offering for the checkout process, this is some of the where you would put some of that information as well. So if you're going to offer, let's say, trying to think, this is not where we're going to put free shipping because that's under discounts. If you want them, again, to opt in for email marketing, you can do that. If you want them to receive an automated email after they abandon the cart, you can do that after a certain period of time. And then if you want to save their information for maybe another offer that you're going to pop up after they buy, you can do that. So again, this is where you're going to populate the checkout information so you can indicate what you want the checkout experience to be. And then taxes, where are you collecting taxes? Again, Shopify is not a marketplace facilitator. I always have to remember that phrase. So you do have to keep track and record the taxes for the purchases from wherever they are purchased. So there's going to be some setup that has to be done. You'll notice that the setup is over here. So you need to set that up, click on setup so that you can set up the collection of taxes and calculation of taxes so that you don't get yourself in trouble as you start to get sales and you don't run into problems with the IRS and or Shopify getting your account set up because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, okay? And if there is like an overriding tax fee, like you can override taxes, override shipping. So if you're charging taxes on shipping, you can do that. Charging taxes on the product, charging taxes. So you want to indicate what you are charging taxes on. This is where you're going to set that up. Discounts. So discounts are important. You can create discount codes. One example would be the free shipping. We talked about that before. You can set up, 2 for 1. So there's different options that you can use to set up regarding the discounts. So if you want to offer a 2 for 1, buy 2 shirts, get 1 free, or get 1 at half price, you can put all that information in here. There's also apps that you can add to your Shopify store so you'll have the ability to offer those types of promotions and discounts directly on your page. So the next thing is email marketing. You should be, when you set up your Shopify store, you should actually set up your email marketing strategy. The reason being is because when you have the customer's information, that's an opportunity for you to get repeat business from that customer. So their name and their email address becomes extremely valuable, including their address because you're shipping products to them. So capturing the email address, you can send them weekly newsletters to tell them what's new in the store, what new products are coming, what promotions you're offering for the upcoming holidays, what type of discounts for referrals. You can do all kinds of cool things if you collect the emails. So keep that in mind because you should be collecting the emails for your customers, Unlike other platforms, you don't have the opportunity to collect the emails like you do with Shopify. So this is a benefit to you because, again, this is direct interaction with your customer. They're in your customer list, which means you can market to them all the time. So having a niche, having someone buy from you and having a niche in which you can offer products specifically that they might be interested in, that is a good thing because then you know what your avatar is, you know what your customer base is. And you can always create, develop, or sell products that tailor to what they are interested in. Now, if you're a person that's really good at SEO or niche research, you can do that different ways and create different email campaigns to target different people for different things. But again, even with random things that you might be selling instead of a niche specific, you should categorize each one of the customers as they come in. So let's say you're selling some lip balm, and so you've got that on your Shopify store and you're selling that, and there's only like 3 or 4 product options that you're offering, and that's it. So people buy the lip balm. So you might put that into a beauty category so that anytime you sell anything that's beauty related in the future, you can market to people for beauty related products. Another example might be maybe you're doing a dog leash for small dogs. So if you're selling a dog leash for small dogs, you can flag that particular purchase or as a category of pets. And then if you decide you're going to sell more pet related items in the future, you can market to those people that are on the list under pets. So that's the goal, is to make sure that you have the opportunity to market to the customers in the future. And then you can also remind them when they have an abandoned cart, which is always important. Here are some of the options that are available from a Shopify standpoint for email marketing. So these are email marketing tools that integrate directly into Shopify. Make sure you take a look at them. If you don't have a Shopify store and you're planning on setting one up, then make a note of these. And again, this recording will be in the eCom Sellers Academy back office, so you can always come back to this list. So Facebook ads and Instagram ads are going to be important because if you found a niche, you know the target audience, you know that there is demand for the product that you're about to sell, then you found some Facebook groups maybe, or you created your own Facebook group where people can come and share their thoughts, ask their questions, whatever. And so in that Facebook group, whatever it happens to be, and maybe it's ladies with gray hair. So since I have gray hair, we'll talk about that. Maybe there's a Facebook group for women with gray hair, young women with gray hair. And so there may be a specific problem the young women with gray hair are experiencing, and you want to help them solve it. So there's conversations within that Facebook group organically. And then from time to time, you share a post in that Facebook group. So you're targeting that audience. You can also create ads where you target people that are in those Facebook groups or expressed an interest in, the topic of having gray hair, or they have a behavior where they're historically buying products to help cover up gray, whatever it happens to be. You can target them in your Facebook ads manager. And that way, whenever those people potentially buy something, you have their information and you know how to retarget them again for future products that may be related to that and get them to potentially buy again. So you can target them through the Facebook groups that you either are in or maybe join or that you create. You can also create ads in your ads manager to target their interest or their behavior or interest, behavior. I forget what the third one is. There's a third one. There's 3 of them in which you can target when you're creating ads, whether they be ads for Instagram or for Facebook. You can create a Facebook business page, drive some traffic there. You can share articles that are related. They don't have to be your article, just share some articles and start to get some traffic. Put a pixel definitely on your Shopify store, a Facebook pixel. So then that way you can capture that information and ask Facebook to find you a lookalike audience for people that are similar to someone who previously bought from you, okay? You can sell your products directly on Facebook directly on your Facebook fan page or in Facebook shops. You can do that, or Facebook Marketplace. And then you can create visual posts, lots of images. So if you have a product that has some great product images, definitely share those on Facebook, share them on that fan page you created, share them on the Instagram page, share them in the Facebook group. Make sure that you have a call to action on that image directly on it. So if people share it anywhere else, that call to action is on there. Even if you make it smaller, you still need to have a call to action. Stick to a posting schedule. You should be posting on your fan pages on a regular basis. So put a schedule. Maybe you will share an article on Mondays, and Tuesdays share a product, and Wednesdays share an article, and Thursdays share a product, and Friday share an article, and Saturday share a product. Like, you may have a rotation of things that you do. And then announce when you're going to promote some products. Again, that email marketing is going to come in handy there, but you can also do announcements on your Facebook page and your Instagram page. Make sure you're engaging your customers, especially if they are making comments about, ooh, I want to try that color or that flavor or whatever it happens to be. Do you have it in a larger size? Make sure you're engaging those customers. We already talked about a pixel and running ads, and then you want to monitor and retarget your ads. So if you're doing Google ads, you need to develop a Google ads campaign. Again, the process is going to be very similar to setting up a Facebook and Instagram ads campaign. So your goal is to get as much traffic as possible. And you're going to get a lot of traffic directly from Google, just a heads up. So do a really good job of building your keywords list and the most searched words list, and the most use intent. Make sure that you find those search words and keyword phrases that people might be looking for this product or might be using this product for. So whatever it is, you can search how to find small dog leashes. I don't know. Where to find whatever it happens to be. So you can type those in Google and see what some of the results are that come up. And if you want to target people based on those results, make some notes on what you see in the results. Make sure that you know where you're targeting people. So again, if I'm allowing people to only buy from the US and Canada, then I need to make sure that I'm targeting US and Canada audiences. But don't overlook the opportunity to make some money internationally from different countries. So don't overlook that opportunity. But you do need to understand what the shipping is going to be and what the tax collection requirements are when you're selling to people in those countries. And then again, you need to, when you set up your Google ad strategy and Bing ads, make sure you have anywhere from 5 to 25 keywords per ad group. So if you're setting up multiple ads, even if you're doing YouTube ads where you're showing the product in use, make sure you have sufficient keywords and or tags and or hashtags. It's going to help you. And do the same for Bing as well. So I hope this information is helpful regarding your Shopify store. I would love to see everyone go out there and set up their own Shopify store and do something great, I'll sell a lot of products, but find a niche, get that store set up, and then start seeing what you can do to get some organic traffic to that store using great keywords and titles. If you haven't already, we did an amazing training inside the eCom Sellers Mastery Bundles course, where we talked a little bit about creating listings that are going to drive traffic, because Shopify is all about getting traffic and organic traffic. So, we talked about titling your images, your keyword research, and different methods and techniques. So that's something you want to keep in mind, doing some really good keyword research to help you find what is the niche that you're going to sell, and then what are the words that people are using, so you can incorporate those into your listings, into your titles, and to some of your key search words, and also into your ad strategy. All right, so if you have any questions, please type your questions. This is where we are done for this session. And if you have any questions, type your questions in the comments section of this video. And one of the eCom Sellers Academy leaders will jump on, answer your questions, do what we can to help support you, because your success does matter to us. So type your questions in the chat. Let us do what we can to help you and to help support you on your journey. And with that being said, I hope this information has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, again, type them in the chat. Don't forget that you can always schedule your 20-minute coaching, one-on-one coaching session. So we're getting ready to start another quarter. If you didn't set it up yet, go ahead and set it up now, and then you can set up another one for quarter 3. All right. We'll say goodbye for now.